everyone, this is Self-Made Millennial. I'm Madeline Mann, and today we're on a field trip at the Career Contessa office, and I'm here with Lauren McGoodwin, the CEO and founder of Career Contessa. So glad to be here with you today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm happy you came to the Career Contessa office.
Totally, and we're talking about a crucial topic,
Yes.
which is how to ask for a raise. Something that we all need to know so we're not leaving money on the table. And you have a lot of experience with this, a lot of resources from Career Contessa, and so I want to start off with, once we know that it's about time, our performance is great, we've been there, we've put in our time, how do we even begin this conversation?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, for starters, this should be an in-person conversation. Okay. So when people are thinking about, I want to ask for a raise and I'll just shoot my boss an email or a Slack message, do not do that. This is something that you should really spend time preparing. You should set up a meeting with your boss. And so you don't want to have a gotcha moment with them either. So I always actually really love it when people set up time on your calendar and say, I'd love to discuss compensation or my salary package with your salary compensation package, whatever it is, because you want to give them time to prepare as well.
Okay, great. And so when you then are preparing for that meeting, what are some of the things that people should do? What are some of the resources they should check out?
Absolutely. So the prep work of asking for a raise is the most important part of the process. The first thing you want to do is make a list of all your accomplishments and your achievements. What have you done? Why does the company care that you work here, and what do you bring to the table? And you know that's a really important thing to be doing year round, but this is something especially when you're about to go in and ask for a raise, maybe ask for a promotion with that raise. So that's the first place you start. The next thing you want to do is some salary research. That's super, super important. So at Career Contessa, we basically recommend that you talk to about 2 to 3 men, 2 to 3 women. They can be in your company, they can be in the same industry. The idea is you want to talk to a mix of people who are in your company, in your industry, men and women, because we know that there's a wage gap between men and women. So that's a good place to start. If you're not comfortable talking to people about their salary, sometimes you can just ask people if they would share a ballpark figure about what they make, And then we also have a free salary tool on Career Contessa called the Salary Project. It's completely free and anonymous. After you submit your salary, you get to look at an entire database of real people's salaries. So this will really help you get that ballpark for yourself as well. And then the next thing you want to do, so you have your accomplishments, you're getting an idea of what it is that you're going to ask for and why. That's a really important part, is that you can back up why you're asking for that number. I don't know if you've gone through salary negotiations where people are like, I just want this number, and you're like, well, can you tell me why? If they don't have an answer, it's really, really uncomfortable.
Right, when they have seen that this is the 50th percentile, this is 75th percentile. The reason why I'm asking for 75th percentile is because I have this specific industry knowledge, and I have done this that is spot on with the job description. So yeah, coming in with that, boom, that is powerful.
Yeah, and maybe they're not going to give you your full number. So I think that's the next thing, is to think about, okay, let's say you really want 60,000. So maybe you ask for 65,000 or 67,000. Pick a random number that's higher, so you've got some wiggle room to negotiate as well.
Okay, so you've done a ton of fact finding. You are ready for this meeting.
Yes.
Now, when you go in there, we want to not come across as greedy. We want to not come across as like you threatening that we're going to leave if we don't get this. So how do we handle this the right way?
Right. Well, confidence is key here. So what you want to do is you're definitely going to want to practice your ask before you actually go in there and say it for the first time. And we have actually created a script. It's called the GIMME, and I'll walk you through it. And this is the exact way that we would encourage you to prepare to ask for that raise. G, give background information. I, introduce why you're awesome. M, make your research-based case. M, make the ask. E, end with a bang. So when we created the script, we really wanted to make it super simple for people to know where do you start the conversation and where do you end the conversation. So the first one is giving background information, and that's really where you want to remind your employer or your manager who you are, what you've been doing, all your accomplishments and achievements. So, my name is Lauren. Hopefully they should know your name. I've been working in XYZ field. I've done all these amazing things. I've worked with these teams. I've gotten really great reviews, any compliments. Those are all the things that you want to bring them back up to speed so they can remember all the great stuff that you've been doing.
Right. They often forget how far you've come in that time. So I love that, to remind them.
Amnesia will always start right when you're about to ask for money. And then later in the script, we talked about making your research-based case. So all that research you did earlier, where you have an idea of what you want to ask for and why you want to ask for that, this is where you really get to make that ask. And this is why you definitely want to practice this beforehand, because talking about money can be really uncomfortable as well, especially if you're asking for a big jump. You know, if you're making, $30,000 right now and you want to ask for $50,000, you might be a little nervous about doing that, but it's really great because you're going to have all this research and all these facts to really back up that why you're asking for that number.
And that takes the emotion out of it in a way. So you're not, pleading with them. You're not saying, I need this. You're saying, hey, let's look at the facts. Yeah. Here's who I am today. Here's what I've done in the past. And here's why this number makes sense.
Yeah. And I like to always use the word like the market value for my skill set is XYZ. And I think that's a really great way to separate the emotion of, I need this money, I need cash for this, I want to live by the beach and get a nicer, like
I'm undervalued.
Yeah, exactly. So market value is a great keyword that you can use to really separate that if you need to. And then really the end is make the ask and end with a bang. And obviously the ask is saying something like, would you consider, raising my salary to $50,000, right? And when we talk about end with that bang, what we really mean is so that you can tell them all the great things that you're going to be able to do for the company moving forward. And I know, Madeline, you've talked about this being really like future, when you're talking about your future, being really thoughtful about making sure that the company understands, like, I want my future to be here and here are the things I want to do. And that's exactly what you want to talk about in your ask as well.
Yeah, and frame it as a salary is not an expense that a company has every month. It's an investment in people who are then going to give them results in the future. And so if you can create your ask around that futuristic investment, here's how I've come from your investment so far, here's where I'm going in the future, that's extremely compelling.
Yeah, very compelling. And also, again, when it comes to asking for that big number, you're going to feel way more confident asking for that number because you're also going to know what you're going to be doing for the company and how it's going to make a difference to them. And all of that makes this whole conversation much easier.
Okay, perfect. So we will remember that. Take that script in with us. Kill it. But, let's be honest. Sometimes you will do this wonderful presentation perfectly and they'll still say no.
It does happen.
So what do we do then?
Yeah, it's really tough to hear that, but no might just be not right now. So the first thing I would recommend is ask them why. Maybe they don't have the cash to give you right this second, right? Maybe they would love to give you the raise, but they just don't have it. Now you can think about what else should you be negotiating for. Maybe you want to have work from home days. Maybe you want to work on different projects. Whatever it is that you can think about for the negotiation where it's not related to cash, you can definitely go there. If they tell you no because they just aren't willing to pay that for that type of role, or they don't think that you've been bringing that value, whatever the reason is when it relates to that way of a no, now you have to start to maybe think internally. Is this the type of company you want to stay with? Is this company going to be somewhere where you, like, long term, you think that they're going to come around? So that's more of the internal stuff. So I think the part about no is this a no not right now, or is this a no never? And then the last tip that we always want to make sure people leave when we're talking about this at Career Contessa is remember that your self-worth is not measured by your net worth. So if they say no, that does not mean that you are worth less, and there might be another company out there that really does value that skill set and they're willing to, as you said, invest in it too. So a couple good things to remember, because I know it can feel really personal, but it might not be.
Phenomenal tips, Lauren. So I know that there's a lot more resources that you can give the viewers, and so tell us about those.
Well, first, I will make sure that you guys all have access to the GIMME script, so you can download it and rehearse and do your thing. We also have an anonymous salary database that you should definitely be part of. It's called the Salary Project, because not only can you provide your salary and really give back, it's kind of like a crowdsourcing, but also you can get access to tens of thousands of salaries from real people. So when it comes to that salary research, that will be really, really important.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming on Self-Made Millennial. Yeah. Wi-Fi high five.
Yeah. I also haven't high-fived in a long time.
I know,
so
right?
Like really fun. Yeah.